Hi all, back with more Fields of Fire, Normandy campaign, mission 1, Trevieres offensive, take 2, and this is part 4. Okay, so back on the same day as previously, for more. We're just moving on to turn 4. I was just having a look, just trying to think what I might want to do here. We know the mortar spotter is just going to go away. Don't think anything can stop that from happening. So I think that's going to happen. Now what I was thinking of doing was getting something up beside this pinge unit. So I was just away finding out, and right enough, I was right in my thinking here, but I guess these things you just need to sort of see in the rules sometimes. And I'm talking about if I was to move a unit onto that card, and it says, and this is reasons where an engaged unit would stop continuing to fire at the same card. Sorry, I should show you the title of the rule there. 6.1.2, continuing to fire. An engaged unit will continue to fire at the same card until ordered to cease fire or shift fire. And like I've said about that one, you could cease fire, but it could just automatically open up again. It happens. It's not. I don't know if there's much of a gap in between. It just, you cease fire and then they open fire. So if you've still got the same target staring you in the face, then it's just going to open up on that. Obviously, you want to do that when you're firing at nothing on the card. Anyway, if it's ordered to move to another card, it would cease fire. It won't continue to fire at the same card. It might though, because it would then reach that place and then it might be able to sort of line of sight on the other card, and then it would open up again. A smoke source, and then smoke, but this is one I wanted to particularly look at. A spotted unit from the opposing side enters its card. Units automatically shift fire to any spotted opposing unit that enter the card, or when opposing units on the same card that were previously not present or targetable become targetable. If they're able to do so, some units are not capable of point blank fire. So it was basically to find out. We want to try and create the heavily engaged situation, and I think it's worthwhile maybe doing it now, because this unit's only firing with all pinned. So if we move on to that card, mind you, well, now what happens there though? Yeah, because they're still going to continue firing, aren't they, if you move something in there, Grant? That's the problem with that, isn't it? So whatever you move into there is still going to get automatic and crossfire, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I mean, while we've got a friendly unit on a card, they wouldn't start opening fire, but they are firing at the moment, and us moving a unit in there, my understanding is that doesn't stop that. So again, maybe we're better just sticking with the plan and going in to an engaged state on these potential contactees. And we might take a chance and take 2 of them on. We've got an assault team waiting here, so you can move up to there. We could break another assault team from here and move them up to there. All these guys are in a bit of a pickle being pinned, but now, is there any way of stopping? No, because they would drop their pinned status if they weren't under a VOF, but however they are under a VOF, so, well, there's a way of removing it, because if we did move somebody on that card, he would stop firing down here and fire at it. So maybe it is worth it. Send an assault team up to there. Right, okay, maybe. Right, so we're back to the top of the sequence of play anyway. So this is turn 4. So friendly higher HQ event. Nothing more to talk about. So let's go. Right, no event. The BNHQ, Battalion HQ is not on the map, so we activate the COHQ. He's got 2 saved commands. he is not any issues with it. Oh yeah, we've got one of our platoons is pinned as well, isn't it? You can still do things, but being pinned gives him a -1 to his card draw, I think, doesn't it? But if we're going to move if we're going to move a unit onto that machine gun card, we maybe don't care about third platoon this turn, and just let them sit. I mean, he might still gather some commands, and then all the pin markers will just come off. So possibly. Right. Anyway, the COHQ is fine, but we're at engage, and he is green, so there's a -1 to this card draw. Oh, that's a 2 again. Some poor card draws for commands up to now. So we've got 3. Well, that maybe settles things. And I'm just wondering, I mean, I'm assuming we can still communicate with him. This is the 3rd platoon HQ. I'm assuming we can still activate him. He's got his radio. Yeah, he's just in a pin state. It would just mean that when we come to the modifiers for which side's it on? Yeah, it's command draw modifiers, isn't it? Here you can see that the HQ staff, if it's pinned, he would get a -1. So you get a -1 for that, -1 for being green. So he's going to get a -2 to the draw. On saying that, he's going to get a -2 if we just do the initiative. So, and at least you're guaranteed a 1 out of that. Whereas, at least you're guaranteed a 1 out of the activation segment, aren't you? Well, what are the other HQs? Yeah, see, first platoon's got 3 commands, so maybe we shouldn't activate first platoon. Yeah, just let him take a chance with initiative. Okay, I think I am going to do that. Mainly just because I'm just wanting to try and save commands for the 3rd. So I'm going to activate 2nd, and I'm going to activate 3rd, I think. And I'm just going to let 1st sit. So I'll activate 2nd, and I'll activate 3rd. And I'll just chuck that wee reminder up there again that it's not been activated yet. And I know technically I should be, but I'm not often going to activate the XO or the first sergeant, but I might sometimes. So I've only got 2 of these wee red cubes handy, so that was the reason. Yeah, okay. I'm wondering why this is still showing, but we've not. So we've spent 2 to activate the A2, and I think again I'm just going to save the other 1. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep an eye on things though. We're going to have to move a little bit. Start moving. I'm sure it's fine, but it's definitely going slower than it was in the previous attempt. So it's 2nd platoon HQ. Well, if you're not going to... Well... Right, hang on, let me think here. Right, okay, I think I've got some idea of what I want to do here. So... the crossfire will drop off as well though, Grant. Crossfire will drop off. Yeah, that's... will it? No, because these guys will still be firing as well, Grant, won't they? Yeah, of course, yeah. They're not going to just stop firing. It's just he'll stop firing on you, and that allows you to remove your pinned. Okay, right, 2nd platoon. Let's draw a card for him. He's getting a -1, so wouldn't mind a little bit of a number here. That's a good one. So 5 -1 is 4. So we've got 5 commands available for 2nd platoon. Right. So what I think I want to do here is, at the end of my plan here is to occupy this card with a potential contact 8 and this card with potential contact 8. I'm going to leave these 2 for now. We're not going to push it too far. I mean, I suppose you might say, if you're going to go heavily engaged, why not, Grant? And you might have a point. The fact we've just got 5 commands there as well. Right, okay, well, I'm definitely wanting to do this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to detach this team. I've showed you these ones, haven't I? We've showed detached team, haven't we? Yeah, we must have done. Yeah, because we would have done that to start with. And I think I had the rule book out. I think I would have showed you. So second platoon HQ is you're going to use one command to break 3-2 platoon down and create an assault team. And then we're going to do something slightly new. Yes, so second platoon is going to give this a command to infiltrate onto this card. So I'm going to mark down the number and I'm going to show you what infiltrate's about. And sorry, I should have said it is an attempt to infiltrate, so this is not an automatic move. So what is it all about? Infiltrate. So it costs 1. It's a 2-card draw and it's based plus or minus on what's the word? Experience level. So the assault team that we're using to do this is line, so that'll just be a 2-card draw. And it's originated from the second platoon HQ, who's given the order to the recipient, any good order unit. And we will, let's just double check. So it is an assault team. Can it attempt to infiltrate? Yeah, attempt to infiltrate adjacent card. So it can. And just looking at the difference there, which I may have spoke about in the previous playthrough, but fire teams have a longer range, and you think, why don't you use them for scouting purposes? Well, they're not as good at scouting because they can only move to an adjacent card, but only if it's a staging area or is friendly occupied with no VLF on it. And it's the same with infiltrate as well. So they're not really usable for that, so that's why you kind of use assault teams. Right, so we know that our assault team can do this. Sorry, that's the platoon one. Yeah, it's that one there. Any good order unit, and it's got to be 1, but assault team's fine for it. Not marked as exposed, and that does not have an A and an arrow symbol or an H VOF. Now, it has an A for automatic weapons, but it's meaning the A with the arrow, which is a tripod machine gun, isn't it? So he's not got any of that. So, and the details are either the origin card or the intended destination card must have a VOF marker on it in order to use this action. Draw action cards and check for the infiltrate icon, and I'll just show you it here. Unfortunately, it was the last card we drew. It's the 3 silhouettes, the infantry units there. That's the infiltrate action. So we're looking for that. If it's present, the attempt succeeds. Move the unit to the adjacent card, but do not mark it as exposed, and that's what we're trying to do. If there is cover on that card, you may place the unit under a cover marker. If the attempt fails, perform a regular move to an adjacent card action to the original intended destination card. So we're not going to fail at moving to the card. What we're trying to achieve is being able to move to the card and not become exposed. So obviously that's what we want. But the conditions for this are we need to be moving to a card with a VOF or from a card with a VOF. Well, there's no VOF on this card. However, there is VOF on the card we're moving to. So he's going to attempt to infiltrate up into here. And here's hoping I know what I'm doing. Right, so attempt to infiltrate, and like we say, he's going to draw 2 cards. I want to believe that we could exhort this one, though, because he's not actually moved yet. We're in the process of sending him, so I want to say we could exhort, spend another command and draw 1 extra card. I think so. You know, because basically he's still down here. Although I put him up in the card, we're giving this an order to infiltrate to this card from the second platoon HQ. So if we draw 2 cards and it fails, then I can exhort another card, surely. Yeah, I think that'd be okay. Well, I just want to draw it in 2 cards, and that means we save the command as well. So we're going to draw 2 cards, and we're looking for that infiltrate, the sort of silhouettes of the soldiers. Yeah, here we go. That's a no, and that's a no. Well, what do you think about the exhort then? It feels like it's okay to do that, but I suppose I think so, because I mean the guy isn't on the card yet until we've completed the actual command, I don't think. However, we do have I've spent the point already because he had 5. We broke off a team, and I've just used that 1. So he does have 3 left. Am I going to do anything else? Well, I was maybe considering moving a half squad up. Nah, you don't want to move a half squad to Grant, because then it's going to be firing. Well, that's not going to make any difference. So maybe I could move a half squad. So I thought I might be breaking off another assault team, but I might just take a chance and move a half squad. Well, when I say a half squad, I mean a 2-step squad, a reduced squad. So maybe I will exhort this, because it is kind of like it's a good chance of saving this guy if we avoid the expose marker. Right, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to say that we can do this, and I'm going to exhort. Let's go and look at the exhort command though. So it's on another page there under command and control actions, and it's got a wee 1 beside it, and that says down the bottom, I think showed you already, it says it requires the originator HQ to carry out in general initiative. Yeah, but it still needs to come. What it's saying is, when you're in general initiative, you're quite often not likely to be getting the command from the actual HQ, are you? So it's reminding you that you definitely need that. You can't just exhort on your own. Whereas this action by itself needed the HQ to carry it out. It still needs a HQ to do it here, and that's why I was sort of doubting the fact that the units moved. But I think this is okay. I think I'm still within the actual action here. So it cost me 1. It's automatic. Needs to be any HQ or staff. Again, we're using 2nd Platoon HQ, and it's any subordinate unit from that HQ. So it's it's assault team that was attached to a squad. So that's fine. And it says you can declare this action once for any failed attempt. Draw 1 more action card. Yeah, it's for any failed attempt. Yeah, I don't know why you're doubting that one, Grant. So I'm going to do that, and all it does is allow us to draw 1 extra card. So it's a bit. It's not the most. What's the word? Oh, I can't think of the word. I'll pause there to try and think. See me in words, honestly. You're maybe knowing what the word is I'm trying to say, but it's not the best way to use your resources. Not the most resourceful way of doing it. No, I think there's a word I'm trying to find, but I can't find it. So it is costing me 1 extra command just to draw 1 more card. So we're going to give it a go though. So here we go, and we fail. So that was a waste. So he does still get to make the move, and he is marked exposed, unfortunately. So that was the whole point of that, was to try and avoid that. Right, what happens now? Let's see if there's any changes. Well, there is indeed a change, because as we read already in 6.1.2 continuing fire, I'm not going to jump back across because we did read it just recently. A spotted unit from the opposing side enters its card. Units automatically shift fire to any spotted opposing units that enter their card, or when opposing units same card that were previously not present or targetable become targetable. If they're able to do so, some units are not capable of point blank fire. Well, that's the only thing this guy is capable of. So, I wonder. Oh, hold on. I never thought of that. We could cease fire, and then I don't think he automatically opens up there. Right, let's fix this first. So what happens is, this pinned light machine gun sees this US unit coming on the card, so stops firing down into the, woods. Stops firing firing up into the woods on the hill. So however, these guys don't stop, they're still firing. However, this VOF comes off now, and what he does is he starts firing at the unit that's there. Now, I'm just going to, this isn't something that you do, I don't think, but I'm going to put a PDF in between these two guys, because they are both firing at each other. Okay, now it's just there just to remind me it shouldn't be there. It's just kind of makes it cleaner to me to understand what's going on. These are still firing up there. This is still firing here. Well, what is in actual fact, we can cease fire with these, and it would stop firing on. Now, the if I'm remembering rightly here, these are still taking the biggest fire that coming from outside the card. And the biggest fire that's coming outside the card is a 2 light machine gun. So it is automatic weapons. The card is getting fired at from 2 different directions, so there is a crossfire as well. So these are the things that are going to affect this unit and this unit. Now, if we were to... thing is, if we were able to cease fire here and cease fire here, and they wouldn't automatically open up, which I don't think they do, because I don't think we automatically open if we've got a friendly on the card. Whereas the Germans do, the enemy do. They wouldn't care if there's both on the card, they would open up. But if we were to cease fire with both of these, this crossfire would come off, all the outside fire would go away, and then what we would have is, we would be firing automatic weapons on him, and he would be firing all pinned on us. So it's probably a better result for us. Well, we're certainly getting attacked by +2 rather than -2, and he's still getting attacked by -2. So that seems beneficial, Grant. Right. So what I need to know now is if I'm right in my thinking of if we call a ceasefire here. I'll tell you what we could do. We could use a pyrotechnic if 2nd Platoon HQ or 3rd Platoon HQ's got one. Where's 2nd Platoon HQ? It's got a Red Star cluster. That might do the trick. Where's that? Or what is that? Hopefully it says CF on it. It does. It does. Well, we'll maybe do that just to show you how that works then. Right, first of all, I need to know if they're going to actually cease fire though. Okay, here it's here. So it's in 6.1, engaging opening fire, 6.1.1, opening fire. So you would automatically open fire, but I'm just jumping down to this bit. See, friendly units will not automatically open fire on a card where units from both sides are present. And however, the enemy, the Germans, do not abide by that rule. I'm not seeing it just there, but... I want to say that we might actually have to go to the enemy part of the rules, Rule 8, to see that. But we know that we've read it before, or I do anyway. Know that I've read it before. So there, it's written there that friendly units will not automatically open fire on a card where units from both sides are present. Okay. Right, and I managed to stop the video there. It's fine, it should be a clean join on there. Don't mind if I do it like that and I notice it right away. It's when I don't notice it and think I'm still recording. Okay, so 2nd Platoon HQ has that Red Star cluster. So why not use that and it saves the command? And it shows you how that works as well. Yeah, let's do that. So what I'm going to do is, I've got 2 commands left just while we're here. I'm going to spend one more command. And I'm going to... This is command and control actions. I'm going to deploy a pyrotechnic. Cost me 1, it's automatic, any HQ or staff. I'm using the 2nd Platoon HQ. Obviously he needs to have that an asset in his, well, it tells you here, any good order unit with a pyrotechnic asset. So we'll go and look at that in a minute. It says take the asset from the command display or from under a unit stacked with it and flip it to its deployed side on the same card or adjacent card for flares as the unit deploying it. If there is an action associated with that device in the mission log, then perform or attempt all triggered actions, 4.3.6 and 9.2. Right, just going to jump to 4.3.6 there before we move on. Pyrotechnic devices have three basic purposes: signalling, illuminating, and screening. We are going to be signalling. The action of deploying a pyrotechnic device is the same regardless of the purpose for which it is being used. Aerial devices may be placed on the same card as or any card adjacent to the unit deploying them. Non-aerial devices can only be placed on the same card as the deploying unit, although urban combat allows for some exceptions. All pyrotechnic devices are one-use assets. To deploy a pyrotechnic device, place it on the appropriate target card, flip to its deployed side. Signaling devices, check the TONE. Trying to work that one out. T-O-and-E. Oh, right, whatever. To see which pyrotechnic devices are assigned to your company. Well, I know I've got the command display with it on it. Oh, yeah, that tells you what you can have, I think. Yeah, sorry, it's TONE. I'm trying to work out what that stands for, and I'm not finding it. Mission details. TONE. Anyway, right, it's here anyway. This is for our campaign, Normandy campaign. TONE. Yeah. Order a battle for your company. This is it here. Somebody's going to say it. Somebody's going to know what it means. But there's all what we've got: Red Star, Parachute, Red Star, Custers. And they can all become different things. And I get to decide them at the beginning of the mission. I've already set them up. It's not that I'm sort of saying, right, we'll make something up now. And there's basically the signaling actions, right? Rather than going through all, here's the different signaling actions that you can have. And I've only chose... I've moved the thing away again. I only chose 2 actions out of these. So here's all the ones. Right, I'm pausing and I'm clicking buttons that I shouldn't be. Here's all the actions that you can have. And that's for offensive missions, defensive, patrol. So these are the ones that we could have had. Ceasefire. And I've only used ceasefire and... where's shift fire? If adjacent, infiltrate from attack position to primary objective. But setting them up, why am I not seeing shift fire? Has that changed? Ceasefire, it's got to be asterisk. As per 4.2.4, units will ceasefire, then immediately open fire on enemies in line of sight according to engagement priorities. There certainly used to be a shift fire, and I've been assuming that I had it. Right, the old rule book's getting looked at again. Maybe that's something that they did change. Yeah, it looks kind of like it, because it is the second command down. There you go. Ceasefire, shift fire. So they must have done away with this. I mean, shift fire, I always wondered what do you shift to, but because you could have multiple targets, and if you were just getting a sort of illumination device to decide which one, I think when I played it before, you were able to pick the one that you wanted it to shift to in your mind. But that looks like that's been removed then, so I didn't know that. Yeah. And none of the other ones are things that I just find these all a bit fiddly. Infiltrate from attack. I mean, I dare say you could be sitting in the position and I could have a Red Star parachute or whatever and say, oh, if I was adjacent to my secondary objective now, I could just move to it by signalling, firing off that Red Star parachute or something like that. Adjacent to signal, move to it. If adjacent to signal, move to it, yeah. I'm sure a lot of you guys put these to great use. I've never, like I say, I only found that the ceasefire and the shift fire one were fine for me. I maybe didn't want to start thinking too much into that. So it looks like I'm not getting to shift fire at all. Well, I didn't want to. I want to ceasefire. But what that means is that my record here of my pyro signals is all wrong. So all I'm going to say is they're all just ceasefires, right? Because I'm not really that fussy. So I'm just going to change them. And that must have been something that was ordered. There you go. I didn't know that. So I had 4 of them that were shift fire. And I might, as the missions go on, I might try and introduce something else there, but I tend to find I've not been using the pyrotechnics that much. Maybe again somebody will maybe tell me, oh, you should, they're really powerful and they do this, that and the next thing. That's possible, but okay, so that's what we're trying to do anyway. So there's the assets that we've got, and we've got smoke as well, and the smoke's useful. Again, maybe not something I'm going to need right now, but something to think about as things get a bit trickier. Put some smoke down. The white phosphorus smoke does screening devices smoke. What is the white phosphorus? HC smoke and white phosphorus can be used. One of them can actually do damage, can't it? Or is that only if you use it as part of a fire mission or something? Again, these are quite complicated sort of issues, a bit deeper. Like sort of, I want to sort of say without them being noted, that sort of advanced rules that I'm not saying I won't get into at all, and I'm not saying I've not used. I think I have used some smoke. I've definitely used the ceasefire and I used the shift fire before, but not allowed to anymore. There you go. Must have been changed. Must have been too good an instruction, maybe a bit too good. So it's 2nd Platoon HQ we're using, and we're interested in this Red Star cluster. Because that is well, to be honest, it wouldn't matter which one we were using with it, because they're now all counted ceasefires. Yeah, so just jumping back to there just to make sure we coloured flares aerial. So coloured flares are visible from anywhere on the map, regardless of line of sight. There are 4 types of coloured flares available: Red Star parachute, Green Star parachute, Red Star cluster, Green Star cluster. So we're using a Red Star cluster. So 2nd Platoon HQ had his command. He's going to fire this Red Star cluster off, and I think we flip it over. And I don't know, let's just put on this card here. Or were we going to move up to that card? I think we were. It doesn't really matter where I put it, you know, so I'll just put it here just now. Because it lights the whole map up, right? So now all our guys want to cease fire, right? So this platoon ceasefire, so this PDF comes off, and well, the crossfire would come off right away. And in fact, if we were just looking at this now, this automatic weapons would come away as well, and all that would be left is this guy firing with small arms from this platoon here. However, then this group would look and see that there was a friendly unit on there as well, and they would cease fire as well, and then the small arms would come off. Now they would then attack again. They would then open fire on their target again. So if this guy hadn't been here, they would just automatically attack that again, attack the pinned unit there. However, now they're looking and saying, right, we can't open fire on that because there's a friendly there. We don't want to open fire on the friendly. Can they fire at anybody else? No. The only 2 enemies on the map are there and there. This lot can't see through this hill, obviously, and this doesn't have line of sight. So we've ceasefired, and that's taken all that off. So now on this card, there's no fire from outside coming in. So what I would do here is the pinned unit is firing at our exposed assault team with all pinned, right? So I'm just going to put that there now, because that's him firing at him. He doesn't take that as his fire, you know, because the fire is just within the card now. And then we're firing at him with automatic weapons. And remember, we're at point blank, so we're on the same card, and we fire at him with automatic weapons. Okay, so that's 2 units firing at each other on the card. So that now it's made it much better for us, because we're going to be checking on a +3, because we've got +1 and for the cover and that. He's going to be checking. Oh, he's pinned as well, isn't he? So he's pinned undercover. 1, 2, 3. He's getting a +3 -1. Yeah, I was forgetting the fact that he was pinned. Oh yeah, well we're exposed as well, crap. Yeah. But it was certainly better. It was certainly better than him taking the -2, because he was going to get automatic weapons on him and the crossfire. So it is better. It's maybe not amazing against him, but then all we've taken away from him is the crossfire. We're still attacking him with the automatic weapons, and who knows? We're yet to go into the, be able to do something with him maybe. Okay, so where were we? We're still in. This is in second platoon HQ's impulse, and he's got one command left. But yeah, I was talking about sending that squad up. Why don't we just do it? Why don't we just go for it? Yeah, no, I'm just saying, if I blundered there, and I would have been able to, if I'd moved them while I was under a VOF, I could have infiltrated. But he wasn't. This car wasn't under a VOF, was it? Oh, this one was. This one had been at some point, hadn't it? Yeah, he switched early on. I don't think we could have worked that out, to be honest. Right, I think I'll just do this. I think I'm going to get moving a little bit, and I'm going to move this guy up. Hopefully we can get a general initiative to find cover for him. It's just that we are going to be heavily engaged. So the card draws are 3. So I think it's worth it. Yeah, so that's second platoon using his last command to order that 1-2 platoon forward. Okay, that's that. Right, let's move on a bit. This is, yeah, because I stopped the video as well, didn't I? So I hate that, because now I don't know how long I was recording for. So third platoon HQ is activated as well. So let us draw a card for him. He's getting a -1. Stop, Grant. He's getting a -2 because he is pinned. Yeah, he's getting a -2, so he's pinned. And there, you see, he would have got a 0, but he always gets 1 from the activation segment. So he does get 1. Fortunately, it's probably just getting saved, isn't it? There's no point in me removing the pin marker, because they're all going to remove anyway. So yeah, I'm going to save that one. And then, okay. So then we move into the initiative segment. So we're going to activate the first platoon HQ on initiative. So he's back in the staging area. So he's got a -1 to the small number, and this can be a 0. So -1 to the 3 is a 2, so that's pretty good. So he's actually got 5 commands. Well, yeah, we could push them up. I think it's probably worthwhile. Platoon moving into the woods, and in fact, yeah, we need somebody to give an order to this assault team, don't we? Because we're going for three contact A's. So yeah, right. So I'm going to do a platoon move. I don't know. Have we done that yet? Yeah, we did. We must have done that with us, didn't we? Yeah, we did. So I must have showed you that before. It's just the same, except they all move, and they all have to move. Yeah, I did. We did talk about it before, and it costs 2 points instead of 1. So yeah, going to have a platoon move into the woods. So that's going to be 2 2 commands. Sorry, taking us down to 3, and I'm going to move them up and mark them exposed. Okay, there. So the whole platoon moved up. I've just kept them separate again. Put an exposed marker on top. Move the assault team down to the side out the way, because he's not exposed. However, we're just about to expose him as well, aren't we? Yeah, so I'm going to use 1 more action from first platoon down to 2 to send this assault team forward into the attack position. And yeah, and mark him exposed. I forgot about the squad as well. It should be exposed, sorry. So he's exposed, and so is the squad across here. Yeah, you gotta watch, yeah. Easy to miss things. I feel like it's going better this time. You just never know, eh? Sometimes I watch stuff back and I think, oh, how did you miss that, Grant? What were you thinking? Right, so first platoon, still got 2 commands left, but. Yeah, I don't think. I want to. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think you've got to be going along a PDF to be able to like fire. Like I'm just thinking, fire a rifle grenade into that. I think we would have to have a PDF in place for that. Pretty sure if I looked it up, I would find that as well. So I don't think I can do that. Yeah, I'm just going to save the other 2 commands. That's fine. So we'll save the other 2. Right now, well, actually, we might move the XO up this time because I did say. Now you can see that I've not really done much about cover and that because I'm kind of meh on cover really, but I know it's there for a reason, and you could, if you were out there yourself with your gun, you would be wanting to hide under a bit of cover. It's just the problems it brings, not just communication, and then if something fires at you. Okay, so it's the CO Impulse, Initiative Impulse, and I'm going to give the XO as 1 command, and I think I might just move him up into the woods as well. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll just keep him separate, give him his own exposed marker, but just because he's not part of the platoon, but they're all in the same state. So that was 1, and then I'm just you see, Grant, you see, I could have used him to give the order to the assault team and kept the first platoon's command. Mind you, he still saved 2, so we'll leave it at that. But that's the sort of things you may want to think about. So I'm going to save the other 3 commands of the XO. I'm going to activate the first sergeant. He's got 4 commands, and I suppose we could. Well, hold on here. How many steps? That's quite a good place. Nah, you see, that's a plateau effect. I can't. If I'm on this hill in the woods, I cannot see that, can I? Because that's on a hill as well. I would have to get into that to see that. I'm pretty sure that's right. However, it's still worthwhile getting that machine gun moving, but what I'm worried about is the amount of steps. I've got 1, 2, 3, maybe alright, 6, 7, that took a hit as well, didn't it? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we've got a couple of fire teams in here. 13, so 14, 15, 16 if they all moved. So let's move the first sergeant, and well, he sends up his machine gun for 1 point, and then goes up and joins them. Yeah. So he spends two commands to first order the machine gun forward, and then move himself forward. He saves the other 2 commands. At the moment, I'm just going to chuck him on top there, and find an exposed marker for both of them. Okay, because it's a bit crowded on that card. But yeah, I could stack all them up and put 1 pin marker on top, but I know you can't really see what they are just now, but the pin markers are just about to come off anyway, or well, in a bit. Well, actually, hopefully, I suppose something could maybe change to stop that. Right, that's our initiative impulse apart from the general initiative. So I'd like a number here. This guy could do looking for cover, so could this guy. Was there not something else? Yeah, I thought about, can I do something like concentrate fire on this, possibly, or throw a grenade. The problem with throwing a grenade is I think they get to throw one back, so I might not want to do that. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe concentrate fire though. That would require 3 general initiative. So, right. Well, let's draw a card. So it's an unmodified small number. Oh, it's a big 4. I noticed the video I was watching back had that. It must have been the last playthrough. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, let's see if he can. Well, I don't see why he can't. why you can't do concentrate fire. I don't even know why I need to be trying to look for something. Combat actions. I mean, we could make a grenade attack, but the targeted units may make a free grenade attack in response. Even the fact he's pinned, does that come into it? 7.10. Let me just have a glance at that rule. Oh, when a good order unit has a grenade attack attempted on it from the same card, it automatically makes a free attempt to make a grenade attack back at the unit that tried to attack it, unless the attacking unit is unspotted. An unpinned lat with a VOF will make a free attempt to make a grenade attack against any spotted unit, which makes a successful grenade attack against it. So it says, that's kind of like, hang on. I mean, at first it says it's got to be a good order unit, and then talks about a lat, but when a good order unit has a grenade attack attempted on it, whether successful or not, from the same card, it automatically makes a free attempt to make a grenade attack back at the unit that tried to attack it, unless the attacking unit is unspotted. Well, we've got a not good order unit because he's pinned. However, we are a not good order unit either because we're an assault team, so I will check what an assault team can do. But then it says an unpinned lat with a VOF, which he's pinned, so this doesn't count for him. So I'm thinking he's not going to be able to make an attack back if he did have a grenade attack. We'll make a free attempt to make a grenade attack against any spotted unit, which makes a successful grenade attack against it. Okay, can our assault team do a grenade attack? Well, let's have a look if he can. Attempt to make a grenade attack costs 1. It's a 2 plus or minus the experience, so it would just be a 2-card draw because he's a line. Originator, any HQ or staff. What? It has to get ordered. No, hold on. We're using this on general initiative. Yeah, and there's no note there to say that this needs to be performed by the HQ or staff, whereas it does say that with exhort. This is our general initiative. We're doing this by ourselves. So any good order unit, and then it's got a number 2. So we need to look and see if an assault team can carry out a grenade attack. Combat actions: attempt to spot, concentrate fire, attempt to make a grenade attack. There you go. And just while we're there, let's look at pinned for us. And I'm assuming we would not be able to make a grenade attack. Pinned. Combat actions allowed, none, but ceasefire and shift fire orders given to a unit. The same cards assumed to reach that. Okay, so we can also make a concentrated fire attack, because that's got that there as well, but I think we might want to try the grenade. The risk is there that if we miss, then it gives us a -1. Well, we've got 4 actions. So, first of all, let's use the 2 actions to look for the cover, and then we can decide. I think I'm going to go for the grenade, actually. Because a grenade is, I want to say for the US, it's slightly better than, the US grenades are better than the German ones, I think, by 1. I think we get a -4. Yeah, there you go. There's the token from the game that I've got. It's -4, -3. That's -4 if it's a US grenade that's fired, -3 if it's a German grenade. I'm pretty sure that's right. Okay, I'm gonna wait for cover first, I think. Yeah, let's get the cover out of the way first. So I'm gonna this guy's gonna seek cover. So that goes down to a 3. It's 1 command to do that. He's going to draw 4 cards. He's he's a squad, isn't he? Yeah. Well, he's line experience as well. That's fine. Why do I ever always look across at the discard pile and see that tempts me to do something else instead? Oh, you know what? It's a random selection of cards, Grant. Let's just do it. Right, I'm going to draw 2 cards and see if we can find cover for that guy. Here we go. Oh, almost. Well, started with the letter C. Right, now I'm annoyed with myself because I should have maybe done the grenade attack first. Although that would have failed as well, looking at the 2 cards. So there you go. Okay, so that one was done. Right, we might as well try and get the cover on this guy then as well. So that's 2. Again, it's a 4-card draw. He's line quality. And yeah, so 2 more cards again. Oh, hold on, Grant. I only drew. Oh no, it was 2. Yeah, it was 2 for that, wasn't it? I'm thinking I'm just automatically drawing 2, but it's not. It's how much the cover marker is, isn't it? How many cards. It shows you the cards there. So we've got a 4-card draw for this one, so better chance of this one. So it would have been better a squad getting undercover, but however. Contact, no. Cover, yes. Okay. 2 covers, yeah, that's typical. Right, so we find cover for that guy, and I'll find the +1 cover marker. So he's a bit better off now. Okay, so we've got 2 actions left. I think I'm going to do this grenade attack. So it's only a 2-card draw, isn't it? It's risky. Risky though, yeah, because it's giving us another -1, where we could just concentrate fire. We do get an extra experience point for firing a grenade. Is it a successful grenade attack? I want to maybe think it is. It needs to be successful, but I might be wrong. Experience points. Perform a successful grenade attack, and you get 1 per attack. So you could rack up the experience points. So let's give it a go then. So I'm going to use 1 to do a grenade attack on that guy. So just jumping back to that. I know we've looked all. Sorry, that one. It is 2. It's not going to be plus or minus anything. Good order unit, but the assault team can do it. So select either a stack of units under a cover marker or a single unit out of cover as a target. Well, we're going to. It doesn't matter. It's the same again. It's 1 unit under a cover marker. So, but we'll target the cover marker. Draw action cards. Check for the grenade icon. If the icon is present, then the attempt succeeds. Place a grenade VOF marker on the target. If the attempt fails, place a grenade miss modifier on the card. So the targeted units may make a free grenade attack in response, but we've just looked at that and they're not going to be able to do that. So I'm pretty sure that's the case. I mean, I did look at rule 7.10 and it did say that yeah, that didn't work. 7.10 free, 7.10.5 free grenade attack response. It needs to be a good order unit. Attempt. When a good order unit has a grenade attack attempted on it, well, he's not, he's pinned. And then it says, an unpinned lat with a VOF will make a free attempt against any spotted unit which makes a successful grenade attack against it. So that doesn't count either. So I don't think he can get the free grenade attack response. Note that if a stack of units under a cover marker was attacked, every unit eligible to make a free grenade attack response will respond. Yeah, so you need to watch that one then. Right, so we've spent our command and we're drawing 2 cards to see if we can get a grenade. And the downside to this one, like we've noted, is if we don't get it, it's a grenade miss, which affects both of us. Right, here we go. Yes, look at that. Hey, that'll do. So a grenade success. Should I try and take note of that? Probably should. I'm going to write grenade attack, and I'm just going to put a wee 1 down because we might be up for more maybe. So that's a successful grenade attack. So take note of that. It gives us an experience point at the end. So let's just look at where does it tell us about the -4, -3. The chit's still the same as what I've got anyway. Where does it tell us? I want to say it might be at the beginning of the book though. Right, give me a sec. There it's up there. So grenade mission instructions will tell you which rating, -3 or -4, to use for each side. US grenades are generally rated -4. Do not apply the weather, smoke or white level modifiers to this VOF when calculating the NCM. So probably in the mission instructions then. It is indeed. Okay, we're both getting it. So this is Normandy campaign. You use the -4 NCM for both the US and the Germans. Okay, fair enough. So we get the -4 to that. So he gets a grenade on Now, I'm also going to have to remind myself if that is cumulative with the weapons. I want to say it's not, and it's just a -4 we're looking at there, rather than a -5 including the weapons, but it's possible I've got that wrong. I think we were just reading that part. I think it's in here, isn't it? If I read on. Unlike other VOF, multiple grenade volume of fires can be placed on a single target. The VOF value is cumulative. The total value of stacked grenade VOF markers should be taken into account when determining the best, lowest VOF to use in the NCM calculations. So the start of that was reading you can have multiple grenades, but does that? Did I just read that and that meant that it adds up to the actual fire that you've got? The total value of stacked grenade VOF markers should be taken into account when determining the best, lowest VOF to use. I think that means we don't get it, doesn't it? Let's look at 6.4 then. Just before we look at 6.4, does this table help us? VOF grenade, area affected, single unit out of cover, stack of units under cover, fair enough. PDF, ranged attack may only be along an existing PDF. Well, we were on the same card. And does not place a PDF. Requires a grenade attack attempt to place multiple VOF. Requires a grenade attack attempt to place. Multiple VOF may be placed on a card, including on a single unit cover marker. They are cumulative. Do not apply visibility modifiers. I think that's just meaning the grenades are cumulative, I think. I don't think it means... Well, let's see. This should resolve it. During the combat effect segment, calculating the net combat modifier for each unit to determine if it is affected by the fire. The formula is NCM, the best, lowest, VOF... Yeah, because G is in there, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so it's there. So the best out of these, you've got pin. These are going from worst to best, are they? Maybe. Because pin's +2, small arms is at 0, automatics -1, heavies -3, grenades, well in this case are -4, sniper, I can't remember. I thought that was -3 actually. Maybe it's not. And then you've got mines, incoming airstrike. So it's the best between all them, isn't it? However, yeah, this is another bit I wanted to find, because can I maybe still concentrate fire and add something to it? So it's that plus all VOF modifiers affecting that unit. Concentrated fire, crossfire, demo miss, grenade miss. Yeah. So you could actually have a grenade and a grenade miss, and they would stack. And you could have some concentrated fire and some crossfire that would also stack with a grenade. Okay, so that's resolved. I think we've got it. So what does mean I can do, unless we've got some other use for that general initiative, which maybe I should stop and have a look first, that we could, because we're not getting that -1, but we are getting the -4 for that. But I could concentrate fire on that guy and add another -1. We've tried for cover there, we got cover there. Is there anything else that we want to do? I don't really think there is. This incoming's going away, remember, it's not that we need to worry about that guy. I mean, he's going to stay pinned, so technically you could... Oh no, I need an HQ to be able to do that, don't I? To unpin him. I mean, we could look down here for cover with this exposed EXO or one of them, but we are looking at 3 potential contacts here though. But the likelihood of them borrowing these 3 cards, maybe not true. This one's up on the hill. Oh yeah, I'm just going to find out what happens, I think. Right, let's try concentrate fire on that as well then. So we've showed you that one already, so I won't bother again, but I need to just remind myself. Combat action, attempt to concentrate fire, so it's a 2-card draw. yeah, so it's a 2-card draw, and that's going to be our last one of them. 2-card draw, he's line quality, so we're just looking for crosshairs. We've never managed to pull this off yet, and we're still not. Yeah, we just can't seem to concentrate our fire. However, our grenades are working, so we've got that. So, yeah, that failed, that attempt. So, fair enough. Right, back to where we're at. Well, that was a general initiative. 36. Yeah, I'm going to push on to the end of this turn. I'm not quite sure what the part was that I stopped. I want to say we're maybe closing in on an hour just now. Yeah, that's a point, because we've got 3 potential contacts. Maybe I should just check. Yeah, you know what? I think I might cut this into a part rather than getting it too big a part. So, well, before we move into the offensive missions and enemy higher HQ event phase, let's just check we've not missed anything, PDFs and all that, because we moved up there. This is a squad. Now, he won't open fire on this because they're friendly there. See, if this was spotted, though, he would open fire on that, but this isn't spotted. So, there is only the 2 targets, and again, none of these will fire into this card while that assault team's there. Same with these guys that have just moved up. This is an assault team. Yeah, so I think we've got everything going, and we are, well, actually, sorry, we should be heavily engaged, shouldn't we? I think. Let's just double check that one. We've got 2 cards, 2 occupied cards with VOF markers on it, and we've got friendly and enemy units on one of those cards. So heavily engaged is engaged, and at least one card is both enemy and friendly units on it. And like John, and yeah, I felt that too, that the wording of that could have been slightly improved upon by saying, to make sure. I mean, I think most of the time it's going to be the units are going to be on a card with a VOF, but there I proved it in that previous mission that you can have enemies and friendlies on the same card without a VOF. So anyway, okay, I think I'm going to just call that apart, but I'll just double check the footage that I've done before. If I find out it's only 5 minutes or so, which I don't think it is, I think it was more than that, then I'll come back and we'll add a bit on. But more than likely this is going to be the end of part 4, and I'll be back shortly with part 5. And I'll mark my sequence of play with my phase marker, which I don't see anymore. I thought I had left that. There it is, yeah, that is here. So I'll mark it there, that's where we're at, just in case I get dragged away. Okay, so I'll be back soon. Cheers.